Greetings. It's another beautiful day at Live Generations at Pinnacle Peak. Thank you for joining us today. I thought we'd do a little hip therapy. So let's just begin by sitting up nice and tall and arching the back. I call this the bowspring. I didn't make this up. It's actually a methodology that I've studied for years. So the bowspring method seeks to restore the natural curves in the spine that get lost as we age. The head comes forward, the shoulders round, and then that causes shortening of the front body and flattening of the low back. Then you lose the curve in the neck. And these computers and cell phones don't help matters. So what we do when we begin an exercise class, we try to pull the bow. So I'll always say, pull the bow. This means restore the curves in the back. Narrow the waist, open and lift the heart. Tone the belly in and up. And remember to breathe. Sometimes you have a tendency to hold your breath when you're doing this. So today we're going to start with the toes and work up, and I think it'll be good feet, knees, and hip therapy. All right? Bring your hands forward and grab a hold of your knees, and using that for a little bit of resistance, pull the bow. Breathe deeply, tone the belly in, don't let it droop. You're going to feel this all down your back, and I oscillate my head quite frequently so that I'm not bringing tension to the neck muscles. The shoulders should come back, not forward. Keep breathing. Now you're going to take your navel and push it all the way through and let the back round. Bring it toward the back of the chair. And just feel that stretching on the back muscles. Once again, pull the bow, grab the knees, sit up tall, lift the heart. Nice deep inhalation. Now, one breath per movement, exhale. So you don't have to match my movements, you match your movement to your breath. Inhaling as you arch, exhaling as you round. If you want to turn this into a little bit of an ab workout, when you exhale, you can extend through your heel and then come back up, inhaling. Exhale, extend through the other heel. Or just omit that little part of it, arching and rounding the back. Or you might want to just omit that part of it. Maybe you just want to get used to arching and rounding the back. When you arch, lengthen the front of the body. When you round, shorten the front of the body. Just be careful and not drop your head back or jam your chin down. All right, come up, pull the bow. Now, come up onto your tiptoes. I'm lifting my heels, and you'll be able to feel that on your calves. Sit up nice and tall. By lifting my heels, it's almost kind of like walking around on your tiptoes. You know how little kids, when they're learning to walk, they walk on their tiptoes. They also lift their hearts and their hands, and they look up as they walk. That's for a reason. It's something very innate in our DNA, because the arches of the feet need to develop. The arches of the spine need to develop for proper alignment and support and mobility as we're growing. Now bring your heels forward. And from here, keeping the arch in the back, keeping the bowspring, I want you to push. It's like you're taking both feet and pushing on the gas. I'm pushing through the balls of my feet, and additionally, I'm trying to spread my toes. That might be tough for some of you, that's okay. Little bits at a time. You can even do one leg at a time. If you have issues with one leg, then just do the good leg. All right, come back up onto the tiptoes, pull the bow, sit up nice and tall. Now, you're going to twist to the left. Slide your right hand across your lap, pull your left shoulder back, and you're going to twist from the rib cage. So your rib cage, not your head, not your shoulders, your rib cage is turning toward the left. I use my hand just for gentle leverage, and then look over the right shoulder. Keep your neck and your breath full and relaxed. Inhale, lengthen to come out. Ready? Keep your heels lifted, keep your knees together. We're going to the other side. Inhale to lengthen, cross the left arm across, and twist. Lead with the rib cage. Even better, take your left ribs to guide the movement to the right. So you're feeling your core work. Oscillate the head to relax the neck, and then gaze over the left shoulder. Come back to center. All right, feet flat. I'm just going to tap my feet. Now tap your heels. This lubricates the ankle joints, and when they are more flexible and mobile, it takes a lot of load off your knees. If you're having knee problems, sometimes it's due to sitting too much. So now I'm tapping my heels. Now I'm tapping my toes. Now I'm tapping my heels. Okay, now feet together, take your toes apart, together, apart, together. Keep the curve in the back, keep the breath soft and full. All right, now feet together. Take the heels apart together. So I'm pivoting on my toes. All right, now, and the reason I'm doing this barefoot is because I want to get more work with my feet. You can leave your shoes on. It's just nice to let your feet breathe for a change. All right, now my feet are hip distance apart. I'm going to do it again, toes together, apart. And you'll notice I get even more rotation. I'm rotating on my heels, toes together and apart. If you want to do the Charleston, you can cross your hands over. It's kind of a mind game. You have to concentrate to do this. Don't worry about it if you can't. You can leave your hands like that if you want. But when you get used to it, you can add the extra movement. Okay, back to center. Feet parallel, hip distance. Now, heels together, apart, together, apart. I feel this all up my shins. I'm working all through my lower leg muscles, activating them all. And I'm feeling the feet muscles work. Now I'm just going to go for a walk. And I can do this barefoot because it's no impact. I don't need arch supports. I'm sitting in a chair, and there's not a lot of load on my feet. Now I'm going to swing my arms. Remember to activate your core muscles so you're sitting up tall and you're toning your belly in and you're using your lower back muscles to support the lift of the heart. Now we're going to add a kick. Ready? Kick, kick. And I like to swing my arms too. Again, if you're just getting used to the movement, don't worry about the arm part. If you're in a wheelchair, just do the arm part. You can imagine your legs moving. The nice thing is, sometimes just watching exercise and doing what you can helps, because the visual aid has such an impact on your body. the cells recognize what you're looking at. Okay, now come back to nice tiptoe with a bowstring pull. That got my heart going just a little bit. Okay, now we're going to stand up as many times as you can. I think I'll go for 10, but I'm happy if you just do one. Here's the game. You can't come forward and lean on your knees. You can, however, put a chair in front of you. But what I want you to do is not push on the chair or the table to come up. I want you to get used to pushing through your legs to come up, okay? If you're trying this freestyle without support, use your legs. Get out of the habit of jutting your head forward as a counterweight to come up. I'm just going to do several fast because I can, and some of you can. Some of you are going to struggle to get that one stand up in, and when you do, I want you to congratulate yourself. I lost count because I was talking, so I'll just give it one more. Feels pretty good. All right, now take your left ankle, cross it over your right knee. So this is not knee over knee. This is ankle over knee. If you can't do this yet, cross down here, and you'll find that you'll be able to work your way up. If your knee is way up here, that's okay. That's just fine. Eventually, you'll be able to outer rotate it. Press down through your ankle and lift up, pull the bow. Now, just hang on to your shin for a moment, and you're going to make big circles with your foot. We're going to do 10. Then we're going to make 10 circles the other way. All right, now we're going to point, flex, point, flex. It should start to burn. All right, now I want you to brace your foot, and you're keeping a nice straight line. If you sickle your foot, when you look down, you'll be able to see the bottom of your foot, and you'll see wrinkles on your inner ankle. If you push through the ball of the foot, it evens it out, and this is very important to have the alignment over the alignment of the knee over the center of the foot. This is what takes knee pain away. All right, now grab a hold of your shin, keep your foot strong, and pull the bow. You're going to feel that in your hip. If you don't feel it in your hip, or if you think you have a little more, you can begin to come forward. So eventually, you'll be able to close this gap completely, but today, that's not necessarily our goal. It's to get a really deep hip opening stretch. You won't believe how much of the load that takes off your low back and your knees. Tightness in the ankles, just stuck tight, inflexible feet, and tight hip muscles. All of that puts load on the knees, and that's why we have so many knee issues in senior communities. Okay, now I'm going to come upright, take your left hand across, grab the ball of the left foot. You see that? Now pull the bow. I'm still pushing through the foot. I'm not pulling it back. I'm pushing through it. Again, this is a pretty deep pose. Reach around behind your back. See my hand here? If you have the back of the chair you can grab on, or just grab your waist. Keep pushing through the ball of the foot, outer spiraling the knee down, arching the back, and keeping the neck soft. And of course, don't forget to breathe. Could I give you more to think about? But admit it, for that moment, you didn't think about any problems, did you? All right. Now, I want you to just put your foot down, hands on your thighs, sit up nice and tall. You can tell the whole side of the left body really got some excited circulation, some synovial fluid, some good deep stretches, and some heat. So good for you. All right, other leg. And you're going to notice something too. You're going to notice that both sides are completely different. Almost for some of you like they belong to two different people. Here we go. Big circles. Press through the ankle, sit up tall. Biggest circles you can make. And then the other way. Now, point flex. See if you can even out the point of your foot. Notice the tendency to sickle the foot. You're going to be amazed at that. That is a symptom of tight hips and misaligned thigh bones in the hip socket. All right, now brace the foot. I want you to really flex the foot. Look at how that exaggerates the arch in the foot. So good for you. I'm not sickling the foot. Grab a hold of the shin, pull the bow. Keep the breath deep and full. If you can come forward, by all means do so. You're going to feel a wonderful stretch on the hip. It's very deep and achy. You should not allow for any knee pain. If you have knee pain, then look at your alignment and just work on your alignment, and that'll fix it. All right, inhale to come up. You're going to twist slightly, reach through your right hand, grab the ball of the right foot without pulling it back, and just guide yourself. Remember to lead with your ribs, not your head. Nice deep twist. Reach around behind you if you want. If you have a nice high-backed chair, you should be able to grab a hold of it. And inhale to come back. Try going a little deeper again. Very good. Okay, now let's take the feet nice and wide. Sitting on the edge of your chair, bring your hands up to your heart and press your thumbs into your sternum. And the reason I'm having you do this is because I want you to lift up into your hands. Use your hands for resistance. Don't hang your arms. Lift up through your core, all the way through your heart, and then come forward. You're going to feel this nice back and hip stretch. Also on the inner thighs. See how low you can get without rounding. Do not round. This feels really good to stretch my thigh muscles like this. Now pressing through the feet, come up heart first. Walk your feet back together. Grab a hold of the side of the chair. 1 foot forward, 1 foot under the chair. Okay? Using your core to hold you up. You can hang on for balance with your arms. And just switch, switch, switch. This is working my upper glute and lower back muscles. It's very important that you don't do this with a rounded back or a short front body. Okay, ready? For chair sit-ups. Out, in, out, in. Okay, now, ready? We're going to take a nice little run. Start off with a jog and then get going. It's almost like you're running downhill. All right, good. Plant your feet. Now, I'm going to inhale, take my arms over the head. Exhale, come forward, and I want you to bring the arms up behind you. Look at the floor. Inhale, come back up, lean back, and then bring the hands back into the heart, back onto the knees, pull the bow, sit up tall, and see how much of today you can maintain this posture that you worked so hard to gain. Have a gorgeous, gorgeous day. Be safe, and don't forget to wear your mask.